I had the the camera flipped closed on my laptop. It's called a webcam. Nerd. Just silencing the phone. Welcome in, everybody. It's episode 12 of the Wiffle Wednesday live chat. I am still thinking about changing that name. Let's go more often. The only issue I have with that is I would like to do more whatnot shows. So I don't know if I could be on camera every day or 5 days a week, but maybe I can. Maybe that's the move. It's mainly the topic I want to talk about today is whatnot in general. For a couple of reasons. One, I've been live a lot more this year than I was last year, and the results are overwhelmingly positive. I'm trying not to toot my own horn or blow smoke, but whatnot is, I think it's changing everything for me to the point where I was just on my way back from the post office and I was contemplating, thinking about what it would look like, why I haven't done it yet. And that is, it got me thinking about tearing down my entire eBay store. I think my honest opinion is that right now my store is bloated with a lot of nonsense, and I'm okay with that. Josh, what's going on? I got your stuff by the door. Cannot wait to hand it off to you. But I really, really think I'm going to rip down the eBay store. Every single card, start over. I think it's bloated, and I'm going through. I've gone through. I have bulk box 38 on the floor, so 38 boxes, 5,000 count boxes of listed inventory. They're not all full because I list something and I slowly sell off. But I'm going through. I'm relisting and starting and pulling stuff. One, I'm pulling stuff for eBay or for eBay Live, for Whatnot Live and live selling. Stuff that I think would do better on there, or just to backfill some of the new stuff I buy. And then I'm throwing away some stuff. I have a medium flat rate sitting by the door right now, full of old Bowman prospects that didn't make it. It is what it is. And I got to the point where I'm like, I've through box 4, and I've been doing this for 8 weeks. To get to box 38 is just going to take me too long. It's almost not worth it to even try and go through tab by tab. So, I have a box right here. I don't know if I can show this. This is all off the dome. This is what a box looks like listed. Each tab has I guess I can pull one from up here so you can actually see it. Has a letter on it. Tells me exactly where to pull. This is box 19. And I just go to this box, pull out the tab, and go to that card. You can see the different tabs in there. It's by set. It's by whatever. And I go through and I fix or replace or delist a tab at a time. And I think at 38 boxes, we'll call it 26 tabs per. That's got to be close to 1,000. It's over 1,000. 38 times 26 is, well, it's probably exactly 1,000. 988. 1,000 tabs, plus or minus. It's definitely more. That's going to take too long. Even if I did 5 a day, it's going to take me 9 months. So that seems like a waste of time. I think I just need to pull it off, pull it all down, start over. And I would list 2 things on eBay, and maybe even 2 different stores. One would be stuff that I don't think would sell on Whatnot very well. So image variations, that's going to be the only thing in the $5 to $7 range. Everything else is going to be base. Image variations, things I don't think sell well on Whatnot. So like retired players. And then 50 and up. And even 50 is a line that I think will move up to 100 and may even move up further. It's hard to describe. The idea that I could go live for, again, an hour and 7 minutes last night, and I sold 148 cards. I sold 150. Someone canceled and someone didn't pay. That's 1 per show now. I know most people just ignore the cancellation request, but who cares? I don't want someone to have a card that they don't want in the end. So I just hit it, and I'll throw it in the next show. The fact that I can sell 150 cards in an hour and 7 minutes, I can have it shipped and dropped off to the post office by noon. I went live at exactly noon. My shipping is done for the day. The only thing I have to do tonight is eat tacos. It's awesome. It's completely different. It feels different selling on Whatnot and having it done, my day done by noon if I wanted to. If If I had more inventory prepped and more things, I think I would go live again tonight. I would go live again on Wednesday. I would go live Saturday. I would skip Sunday because of the Super Bowl, but I think I would go live 4 more days if I had the inventory ready to go. This has me just wanting to pull down everything. Anything I think will sell for more than $3. I think that's kind of my cutoff. If I think it'll sell for more than $3, it should go through Whatnot. If not, it should go on eBay at $1.99 free shipping and just run it. And J-Back, nothing going on Sunday. For me personally, the Super Bowl is it's an event. I know people like, oh, Super Bowl parties are overrated, whatever. I don't like football that much. I don't care who wins. I really, really, truly enjoy the festivities around the Super Bowl. I like the hype. I like that there's an extra week. I like the commercials. I'm a nerd. I mean, I know some people do, some people don't. I actually hate that they release the commercials ahead of time. I hate that. Show me everything. Let me see it all for the first time on the day of the Super Bowl. I like the camaraderie. I like the party. I like the food. I like it feels like the world shuts down on Super Bowl Sunday. The only thing that I would change is I would move the Super Bowl to Saturday so we can have Sunday to recover. But that's fine. Other than that, the NFL has absolutely nailed the hype around the Super Bowl, and I don't think I'm allowed to say Super Bowl that much. I don't even gamble that much, but I like squares. Those are fantastic. I'm in a betting pool. It's fantastic. Super Bowl Sunday kicks ass. It kicks so much ass. I'm excited, as you could tell. And I don't even think the matchup's that good. I think the Seahawks are going to roll. And I don't know why no one else is talking about it. I know 4.5-point favorites in the Super Bowl is a lot, but this matchup feels unbelievably off. Yeah, there you go. Oh man, the Sam Darnold of it all is very interesting. I think they said he's the 18th highest paid quarterback in the NFL, which is higher than I expected. I thought it would be lower, but I guess there are a lot of rookie quarterbacks out there, including the guy on the other side of the field. And this, what I did like about the AFC and NFC championship games, there were 4 quarterbacks, and they all had in my opinion, like extremely different storyline. You had Bo Nix, who was a second year quarterback who was carrying his team. He was not carrying his team at all. Who had the absolute just massive defense behind him. And then you have Drake May, who's taking a 4-13 team to the Super Bowl. They added free agents and stuff like that, but he is a guy that actually seems transcendently good, and I will stand by that. You have Sam Darnold on a 3-year, whatever it was, $100 million contract. I don't even think it was $100 million. Regardless, middleman quarterback, 18th highest paid, and then you have the guy in Matt Stafford, who literally already won a Super Bowl, and I think he might be the highest paid or second highest paid quarterback. So it was an interesting dichotomy of the NFL and the quarterback bracket. And yeah, this defense, I just don't see how Drake May could be stopped. Giants versus undefeated Patriots. I do feel that way. I really do. It feels like the Patriots should be such an underdog, and they are not. Maybe Drake May surprises me. I just don't see anyone catching a pass. I feel like Hunter Henry will have to have 15 catches for them to win. Either that or a combination of Hunter Henry, Trevion Henderson, and Ramondre Stevenson having 25 catches. I don't think they can get anything over the middle of the field. I don't think they can get anything past 12 yards. I don't see a single explosive play in the passing game. I think it has to be screens. It has to be checkdowns. It has to be little curl routes back to the middle by the running backs. That is the only way I see this working. Unless Drake May's legs, I don't know, maybe he can run for 85, 90 yards, something like that. I just don't see it. This feels to me like was it Buccaneers and Chiefs where Patrick Mahomes was just getting rushed every single play, and he was throwing Hail Marys and throwing while he was horizontal to the ground, just throwing everything, and the line was just destroying him. I think it was the Buccaneers that were going after him. It feels right, and I think that was Brady's last Super Bowl. It feels like that game to me where Drake May is trying to do anything and everything to stay alive, but I just don't see it. I think it is a 17-point differential. Well, it was last year too. You're 100% right. The Eagles were all over him, and That final score of 22 points for the Chiefs, that was such a like false score. They didn't score at all till the end. I remember I didn't watch the second half of that game. I think I watched the first half and I was like, okay. I just said how much I like the Super Bowl, but I probably had a lot of shipping to do. And I was like, this game sucks. I think it's going to be the same thing. I think it's going to be a massive blowout, but I could be way off. I was talking about whatnot, got sidetracked talking about a Sunday show. Good reason to get sidetracked. The Super Bowl kicks ass. But yeah, whatnot, man. How fast cards can move. That is the biggest thing. No matter what happens, the Jets fans lose. And if you win some squares, you're in an even better spot. Just the amount of inventory I can move through whatnot has me contemplating everything differently. I focused last week, or I guess it's 2 weeks ago now. I didn't go anywhere last week on card shows and what I want to buy, and I focused on $10-ish stuff. That was my goal. Man, that is a sweet spot of stuff, because when you're looking for $10 stuff, I find stuff in dollar boxes that are like just unequivocally like good value. That wasn't a word. Unequivocally good value. Like no doubt about it. So I do need to continue to buy that stuff, but focusing on what is sitting in showcases and buying that $10 to $15 stuff, because I could move it so quickly at a estimated value, estimated comps, usually 10 to 15, sits pretty steady for me. But in that same breath, if I'm looking for those cards and looking for certain players and looking for value, I need to buy so much value. I'm seeing so many cards. I need to see even more somehow. I need a shipper is what I need. I need someone that can ship for me. That's the real answer. But the ability to buy that and have it gone by the next weekend is insane. If I show up to a show on Saturday and I spend, my average spend the last 2 months has been about $2,000. If I spend $2,000 and all of those cards are gone by the following Saturday, like it's such a repeatable process right now. I don't think I'm taking good enough advantage of it. I'm only running 2 shows, 3 shows a week, and I don't think that's enough. I need to be 5, 6 shows a week. I need to find someone who can ship for me. I thought about doing this challenge of going live every day in March and trying to sell that way, but there's a few things. One, things happen. I want to potentially go to spring training. I could live sell in spring training. I wanted to go to Vegas for the March Madness. I've never done that. My buddy's going, so that's still on the table. Would be pretty hard to make that work. Not impossible, but pretty hard. I also think running a baseball-centric show during March Madness might be a bad idea. So if I went out there for just that weekend, I could pull it off. So maybe I try and do like 25 of 31 days in March and do it that way. But I was watching Bo, 1 Million Cubs, who also does live shows just like this. He goes live almost every day on YouTube, but he also goes live almost every single day on eBay Live. And he does it for 2 reasons. One, because he's selling cards, but just the same thing as me. Huge volume, huge markup. He's making, good margins, but he has his foot is on the neck of eBay Live because there's so few sellers. I tried to sign up for eBay Live and they're just not taking enough people on because the system can't quite handle it. Their platform for live selling is still relatively new, so they're still fine tuning it, making it better. And honestly, like working out the kinks. It seems like once every 2 weeks he has an issue with the stream and having people in there. So that I don't even know where I was going with that, but just the fact that he has gone live to sell on YouTube Live or eBay Live 11 days in a row makes me feel like I'm missing an opportunity, because I feel the same way he does, that cards are moving so fast and the ability to sell is so easy because you're taking away the listing part of it. You're taking away, people have to find it. They have to search your terms. You have less competition. The cards that are in front of me are the only ones you could buy at this moment. Yes, you can swipe over to a new room on whatnot. But for me personally, I think I have a really good retention rate for people that come into my room because of how quickly I move and the inventory that I do have. So for me, I want to focus more on selling or focus more on going live more often, because the sales are there, the people are there, the opportunity is there. And I don't think I'm taking advantage of it enough. He talked about being like really new to eBay Live and how they're still working out the kinks. I think the whole like system of live selling in the United States is so early. I had multiple conversations in the last 7 to 10 days about people, and I mentioned Whatnot, and no one knew what it was. And that to me is both like interesting and like really exciting because I feel like the eyes that I do have on Whatnot are more than I ever expected at this point. I thought having 10 people to 20 people would be a good, safe number to have in your room. And that was kind of my goal. Like, man, if I have 20 people, I'll be all right. Again, I'm tooting my own horn. I'm sorry. The amount of people that watch my shows every single night is kind of incredible. I'm sitting averaging 30 to 40 with no issue. I was sneaking up to 55 last Thursday when I was doing someone else's inventory, which was interesting. I think that has to do with the cover photo. I took a better picture of the cards that I thought were higher focus, higher value, and I had that as the cover photo for the show. I think Thursday night's a good night to stream. So I think those two in combination made that room even better. I had more buyers, more eyes than normal. But even then, the average is so much higher than I would have guessed at this point. And in general, I just didn't expect to have that many people ever. Maybe not ever, but I just didn't expect the amount or how fast I would grow. And I still watch other people, and I cannot stand it. Like, I spend so little time watching other people for two reasons. One, most of the people that I find are kids. That is crazy to me that kids are selling on Whatnot. Good for them. But I just don't like it. I feel weird. I feel so weird. So I don't watch them. I move pretty quickly. Good for them for hustling, for selling cards, for doing it, but it's not for me. Two, the people I rated someone last night. So I took the people in my room and I sent them all to this room, and I immediately regretted it. They were screaming about a card, yelling the word bangers and all this. And I should have known better based on their name. Their name was like Bangers or something, or only Bangers. I should have known better to not send people to that room, but I was in there for 2 to 3 minutes. They were selling quickly, which is important to me. Cards moving, that'll keep my attention. But man, they were screaming at the top of their lungs about how much this card was worth or whatever. And I just, man, it drives me insane. I understand why Whatnot has a negative connotation within the baseball card collecting community. Most people in those rooms are not that are selling are not collectors. They're not. They're just not fun to be around. They're aggressive. It makes me feel weird, but I think there is a niche like grouping of people that follow me that probably like it because I don't play music, because I don't sing, that I don't scream, that I'm just there to sell cards and talk cards. Part of me feels like I talk too much when I watch a replay to they have like this little button that shows when a card sells so I can make sure that's match up with my number. When I watch that back and I hear myself talking nonstop, I do feel self-conscious. Then again, I'm doing this for 18 minutes where I haven't stopped talking. So what do I know? But listening to it in replay, it's very interesting. And I do think that's part of why I do well. And I do think it helps me keep attention by not having dead air or dead space where a card's not for sale. But regardless, the amount of notes I put up for this show about what I was going to talk about are almost non-existent. So I'm very tangenty today, which is not like me. Normally, I don't want to say I have a script, but I do have more detailed bullet points that I want to talk about. But last night felt like the fifth or sixth really good, strong show in a row. A ton of new buyers, a ton of new followers. The foot traffic, I don't think that's the right word. The eyes in the room feels like it is continuously steady. And for a Tuesday night, I felt like I had a really strong showing. So this is the third show in a row. When it ended, I had higher sales than I realized. So yeah, the eyes in the room. The show ended and I felt like I was stunned by the sales number. It was $200 higher than I expected. So I think this wave is just getting started, and I need to capitalize right now. I need to ride it to the moon. As the kids say, to the moon. I do feel like I'm building something. I don't think I'm special. I don't think I'm doing anything that anyone else can't do. I'm definitely not better than anyone else. It's just the ability to be live. I don't have kids. Buy a card, jump back to the hub. Buy as many cards as you can. Get in there. I just think that like going live and the ability to do it. I don't have kids. I don't have another job. I mean, I go sell floor once a week, but the ability to go live 5-6 nights a week is there, and I should be doing it more. So that is this is like a little bit of lecture to myself. Like, hey, the opportunity's there. Go, go, go. I opened Bowman Draft Monday night. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah, I think Monday night I went live and ripped the mega boxes. Normally I would have ripped those the day I got them and tried to list some on eBay. I don't even think I need to do that anymore. I think I need to open those boxes and go straight to Whatnot and just go live with the top 15 prospects and just be like, here's what I have. Yeah, Mike, I didn't make the show until Tuesday during the day. Did I do it? I may have made it Monday. I bet I made it Monday right before I went live. Normally, I have a show saved for, like, if I go live on Sunday, I'll have it the show for Tuesday already in there. I didn't do that this time because I wasn't sure which day I was going to go live. So when I said when I missed that, or when I didn't have it posted, that I figured, it's not going to be a good stream. I'll have a few people or not have as strong of a showing. I didn't notice a difference. I've been so lucky on there. I've been enjoying it too, which is important. I don't have another show scheduled until the 15th right now, but I'm almost certainly going to go live on Thursday. Not Sunday for sure, but then I do want to do a Wednesday show. So that would be the 11th, a week from today, because Series 1, I want to do a Series 1 show where I just go live and sell as much as I can, even the big stuff. I think I'm just going to let it rip. Whatever happens, happens. So whatever my best card is, let's say it's a 1 of 1 of one of the rookies or something, I think I might even just go on there and let it go. Like, probably, I say that now, but if I pulled the 1 of 1 Roman Anthony, I don't think there's any possible way I would take it there. So maybe I shouldn't get above my head here. But I do think selling team sets, team lots, inserts, the hits, all that stuff live on the day that Series 1 releases will be epic. It'll be busy. It'll be flowing. Yeah, like if I pulled a 1 of 1 art card like the Vlad I have coming, I don't think I would do that. Maybe I would. If I got a sketch card, I feel like a sketch card, the ceiling on that's pretty low. I think I've sold a few of those. I had a Luis Robert I sold for like 100, and then I've had others. I'm trying to think. I've never pulled one, but I've had them for sale in my store because I've picked them up at shows. I don't know, man. Now I'm just talking circles. I don't know if I'd sell a 1 of 1 in the stream. I think I am going to sell that Vlad in the stream, though. I think I'm going to do a Vladder Day like we talked about. I think March 7th is a Saturday. I think it's going to be Vladder Day. I love that name. So Vladder Day, March 7th, probably. Anyway, another tangent. Like I said, didn't have anything to talk about. So my notes are slim. I'm rolling right through it. The Series 1 show, though, I think that'll be a good opportunity. So the 11th is at worst my next Vladder Day, man. It's beautiful. Vladder Day, Saturday, Vladder Day. I think Wednesday is my next guaranteed show, but I will do one Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I will do one of those three. I feel like Friday's a no-go. I'll do one Thursday. Tomorrow. I should probably make that when I get off today. And then 11th, I'll do Series 1. I have 16 jumbos, 10 hobby, 26 boxes total coming. Even that's going to take me a while to open, let alone sort. So what I'll actually have for sale on Wednesday and or Thursday, I don't know yet. But Wednesday, sure would be nice if I could hire someone. I need someone that can just work when I need them to. Like, hey, I have a release on the 11th and the 18th. Can you show up and help me on these 2 days? And also, I need you for 26 hours, not 6 or 7 for a day. I need you the whole day. So, and tomorrow. That would be nice to do. Maybe someday. Maybe once I pull all the eBay stuff off, which I started the show with. I think I'm just going to pull the entire eBay store down, start over, and then hire someone when I can't handle it anymore. Listen, you rip it all, and then I'll just do all the sorting and shipping. I appreciate that. Ripping is the best. Speaking of ripping, I was talking about the Bowman Draft boxes on Monday. Mega boxes for Bowman Draft. They were pretty fun. I pulled an orange auto. I pulled a gold auto. They don't have the first designation on them, so they'll never do as well as the regular autos. But the Bowman Draft having chrome in them versus paper and chrome, I think raised the floor pretty high. The sales last night of let's see, Kate Anderson, Eli Willits, some of the inserts like a Connor Griffin, JJ Weatherholt, the not even first, Jesus Mate. Some of that stuff went for $4, $5, $6. That's, I don't know. I just feel like the floor on mega boxes is pretty strong. With that being the first Bowman Draft retail offering ever, that makes them have a pretty strong floor and I think some shelf life. Definitely not buying advice. Please don't come to me for buying advice because I don't know any better. But they seem like a good rip and a good hold. If you wanted to throw some stuff on the shelf, if you can still get draft boxes at MSRP, might be a good hold. With that said, I don't know enough about this class to like unequivocally say this is definitely a good buy because I don't know in that at all. But for the offering, for the value, for what it is, it seems pretty solid. And I have not said that in a while for sealed wax that I think is worth holding. For the most part, stuff has stayed pretty steady for the last few months. Topps Chrome update. I know because I have boxes sitting back there and I just keep checking the price. Those are all pretty steady, but I do think Bowman Draft would be a good hold. Black and White's another one that did creep up pretty slowly, but I did not think it was a good hold because I don't like the 2025 rookie class. But the 2025 draft class is completely different. And it does have some good prospects in there. The Connor Griffins, Matt Clark, Kevin McGonigals, Jesus Mates of the world, where they're still ranked extremely high. Some of them are only on their second or third card. So it's not like 8 years of Jordan Lawler like we had or 8 releases of Jordan Lawler. He was in 2021 draft, and then he was in 2022 Bowman Chrome, Bowman Draft, 2023 Bowman Chrome, Bowman Draft. So it's not a Lawler situation for some of these guys, but some of them, they definitely are still carrying some value. So that's a good throw on the shelf product. I think I don't have any on the shelf, so I'm not putting my money where my mouth is, but that's mainly because I don't want to hold a ton of wax right now. I think overall wax will have to see a decrease. I don't know if you guys have followed any sports card news or anything like that, but they had this guy Pac-Man. I don't know who he is. I don't watch other content. I'll be the first to say it. He was doing a live stream. I believe it was on Whatnot for a basketball product, Topps Midnight Basketball. And he was doing a 10 case break, which is insane for a basketball product with zero history. And the line Midnight has no history in basketball, football, baseball. So we're talking about a new product with a okay rookie class, it seems like, but with no track record, no history, no bloodline to like support it. And people are doing 10 case rips where one of the player spots was like $1,200 or $12,000. That is unsustainable. I don't care what sport it is, who's in it, how many autographs there are, what the hit rate is. That is completely unsustainable. I'll stand by that. So I think wax prices in general will have to trend downward. They have to, especially if Topps is going to make basketball, football, and baseball products. There are not that many basketball collectors. That market is propped up by the top cards and the top cards only. No one cares about low-end modern basketball and hasn't for a very long time. The only caveat to that is 2020 Prism, when people were trying to grade and list Kobe Whites and all those players. Even I think DeAndre Hunter was in that release when Zion and Ja Morant were propping up the 2020 market. People were buying and selling those base rookies. That is gone. That will not happen. Sapphire basketball box at $5,500. That's great. Chase your Cooper Flag. I'm sure Cooper Flag Sapphire rookie will be worth something. Game day, what's going on? Go M's, rocking it again. I looked at the last video and I saw this again. I was like, maybe I should change my hat. And I was like, yeah, but maybe I shouldn't. I like the Mariners. Sapphire basketball 5,500, completely unsustainable. I don't care. Cooper Flag is great. He might set all the scoring records. There's no way that price is sustainable, and I will stand by that across the entire basketball market. No one is interested in anything outside of the top 5, and that I think is propped up by people with agendas, people who think $171 per card. That is wild. Thank you for doing that math. That makes me sick to my stomach too. That's a great emoji you used for that. But again, tangent, the basketball market, that there aren't that many basketball collectors. There aren't that many people that actually want to buy those cards for that amount of money. There's a very small group of people that would like that. So I do think basketball has to go down. And with that, football I think is somewhat sustainable because that has a much larger market. Collectability, NFL has always lacked behind baseball, but the people that actually watch football I think are higher. So I could be talking out of my ass if we go on strike. If baseball does not have a 2027 season, then the basketball and football market might be undervalued because people will want something. I mean, Dynasty is now worth $1.70 or 171 a card because Dynasty is seeing a massive increase in collectability for baseball stuff. I don't know if you've looked at Vlad specifically Dynasty stuff on an absolute heater. That I thought Dynasty was okay, but the patches and the autographs from that stuff, numbered to 5 or less, huge jumps. So that might actually be worth 171 a card. But for basketball Dynasty, pass. No thanks. 30K for a 5-card case would be nuts, but also would not surprise me. It will be short. Game day, to answer your question about the Vlad selling, I've been posting about selling Vlads almost every day between TikTok and YouTube. I miss some days here and there because life happens, but I would say overall it's going okay. The case hits, the numbered cards, easy sells. Those move pretty quick. The base has not sold as much as I expected it to. But I just talked about how people are not interested in basketball base cards. Baseball base cards do have some of that same fate. So it's a grind. Listing every day is all part of it. And trust me, I will do fine on that entire lot. But it's about getting past it and onto the next thing that is tough because I have 4 3,200 count boxes sitting next to me that still have all Vlads in them. And then I have 3 800 count boxes that have more Vlads. That's the serial numbered stuff, the more rare stuff that I am slowly listing 5 or 6 of those per day. That just helps raise the floor of my eBay store. But JBack, yeah, I know it is an absolute grind. I actually have a counter for how many I've listed so far. This does not include all of my whatnot sales. I would guess it's probably missing 500 total whatnot sales. And to this point, I have listed, not sold, 2,482 cards on eBay. So the Vlad tracker, as I call it, is going up. The number keeps going up, but it's tough sledding. I had $340 in sales on eBay last week of Guerrero stuff. Probably another 100 on whatnot. So, I mean, you know the number. I think I'll do a recap series on that whole thing because the series of short form video that I started making on it hasn't really been about listing Vlad. It's been about my process of how I'm listing it. So the scanner I use, the counter, the how I'm sorting it, how I'm listing it, the price points of stuff. So it's definitely a good series for me to talk about the business, but overall the traction on it has been pretty low, but I'm fine with it. What you gave me was extremely sorted. And if you hadn't pre-sorted it, I don't know if I would be able to do what I'm doing. I think I would have given up by now. Like I legitimately think I'd be like, well, I'm going to put these in the corner and never look at them again because it is, even as is, it is still a huge undertaking to sort, list, count, and do it that way. One thing that you did do is I think you pulled one of each card that was probably stored separately and then you put it back in. That did throw me for a loop because I was like, all right, I got all the Stadium Club out of here. I'm going to list that. And then I'd find one here, one red parallel, one red insert. And I was like, oh man, this is a lot of work. And I don't want to have duplicate listings. I already have enough Vlad listed in the store. I don't want to have 3, 4, 5 copies of some cards, which I know has already happened. I think 2022 Stadium Club, he's cheering or something after scoring at home plate. I think I have 5 different copies of that listed in different places. Some that I had before, some that have from you, and then some that still need to go up. So I will have to get that sorted out. But with all that said, yeah, I know exactly. 2022 Stadium Club, specifically that card, I know is in multiple stacks, and then one of each card at the end. But it's fine. It's been fun. It has been overwhelming, and I'm still getting through it. I'll get there one day. Um, I'm going to a card show on Saturday. I think. I keep saying I think, but I think I have to. I have to go to a show. Bring more inventory. I'll be in Xenia in Cincinnati, and It starts at 10, but people go in early. I think I have to get there at 9 because I've been to 4 shows in the last 4 weeks. 3 of the last 4 have had more foot traffic than I've ever seen at card shows. It might be because of the weather. There's not much else to do, so people are going to card shows. I'm sure that's at least part of it. The other part I feel like has to be more people selling and or looking to buy. But I am getting to the point where if it's an hour into the show, I have to leave. There are too many people. I can't look at stuff. I can't spend a little bit of time at a box. If I'm not constantly moving and just like not looking up comps, then I have no chance. Because as soon as I get to the next table, I have to wait for people to clear out, for people to continue to walk by. It is becoming insane. And I know these shows can't like alter their location, their table setup too much in a small period of time. So like they can't change it on a month to month basis in most of these locations, but some of them would absolutely benefit from growing. Find a bigger space. You can have the foot traffic that you need in a bigger space, because right now it is way too congested for me. Or I'm okay with charging a smaller entry fee. I know that is not what got these shows where they are, was not charging an entry fee. People are going to shows because they're free, they're looking, they're not necessarily setting up. I do need to start setting up at these shows. A lot of them have wait lists, and I know that is part of what is holding me back. I don't want to wait. Like I want to decide today if I want to do a show Saturday. Now that's a great answer. Have Josh run it. I do need to have someone else run the table and just be like, hey, whatever money comes in from quarter boxes and dollar boxes you can have. Don't let anyone steal these showcase cards, and we're good. Like, that's it. You guys just do this, and everything else is fine. I do need to start setting up at shows, but I just want to decide the day of, hey, I want to go set up at this show. I don't want to plan it out too far in advance because I don't like planning. I like the ability to just pack up and go. That's why one of the reasons I don't have kids is because I like the ability to just do what I want when I want. So, but yeah, man, card shows, insane. Maybe that is the move. Maybe I need to hire someone to ship and work Saturday mornings with me at card shows. All the quarter and dollar stuff, take this. You guys just keep it. I don't care what happens to that stuff. Don't let anyone steal my showcase cards, and I'll be back around later. And I know a lot of dealers, specifically the Ball Card Show, Jason and Gary, if you guys have ever seen their stuff, they talk about walk-ups being one of their best inventory sources. And I do believe that I would be able to source very strongly at shows, because I would be willing to buy out. When people walk up with 50 cards, and be like, what do you want for everything? Just give me that number so I can work on that specifically, and just take it all. And I do see people walk up to dealers at shows and buy out their whole table. I've seen it multiple times. But man, I need to, man, you're right. I do need to just set up at a show. Mind racing. Might have to make some chat tonight. I'm going to go see Josh at dinner. So maybe that's part of the conversation. Hey, Josh, Jessica, Andrea, you guys want to work card booths for me at card shows on Saturdays? Yeah, and I don't even, they could work in shifts. You come from 9 to 1, come from 1 to 4, come from 11 to 3. Like, just come in and work a couple hours. I'll pay you for the time you're there, and you can keep some of the money from the show. I don't care. Yeah, that might be the move. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're onto something here. That'll be my goal. I'll set up at a card show. That's my goal for 2026. Set up at one single card show and see what happens, and see if I even like it. And if I do, start getting on these wait lists for the other shows. So that seems like a good spot to be. Whatnot is making me like question everything, because I was so anti Whatnot and like, oh, eBay's the only thing I need. I just need to list 150 cards a day and eBay will take care of the rest. Absolutely not. I need to be on Whatnot live selling. I need to try different themes, different time starts. I would like to do some daytime shows. I tried that early on, and I don't think daytime is the winning sauce, but I do think it will help grow what I think I'm building here. Do like a daytime Hall of Fame show, because I think that's who's on during the day. do a daytime lot show so I can move even more inventory. I'm thinking of doing like 3-card Tuesday, where I do 3-card or more lots, because I specifically, J-Back, this is about you again. I need to sell those Topps Pristine encased cards, the Pristine refractors, and I need to sell those in lots because no one wants to pay the shipping to get a single card. So I need to sell them in 5 and 7-card lots. And if I lose a couple bucks on shipping, okay, they move on. But I think 3-card Tuesday is going to be a theme show, maybe Hall of Fame Friday. Those might be some daytime shows, something where I'm just moving stuff that I know won't do as well on my modern baseball shows. I shouldn't say modern; it's ultra modern. I really focus on ultra modern, and then just do some other shows to move some lower inventory. It's February 4th of 2026. I might not have an eBay store come March 1st, or at least a store that has just skeletons left. It's 3 weeks after Stadium Club. That seems like the reasonable one, because that's the last rip I have on my schedule. I have Series 1 for the 11th. I have Stadium Club for the 18th, and then I have nothing else pre-ordered after that. That might be the last thing I do. The 18th, I'll do a Whatnot show with some of the hits, some of the color. I'll list the base on eBay, and then I'll tear it all back down like March 1st. I don't know, something to think about. Guys, thank you so much. You got another 30 to 35 pounds of cards coming. The good part about that is 10% of that will be listed on eBay and that $100 and up stuff, and then the rest of it, just run it through Whatnot. Whatever happens, happens. I would say 60% of that is the perfect inventory. 10% is higher end stuff, and then 30%, some of it will go on Whatnot, some of it will go on eBay, just a little more sorting. The player lots of like some of the first rookies, a couple of those can go on Whatnot, but most of it will have to go on eBay. But I'm ready. I need it. I need that stuff. I've been thinking about those boxes. I was actually going to look at tracking today to see if they'll make it for tomorrow, because if they're here tomorrow, I will absolutely do the Whatnot show tomorrow. But maybe I push it till Saturday and do a Saturday night show. Regardless, Joe, thanks for being here. Josh, I saw you. Mike, Game Day. Appreciate all you guys. There was 4 to 5 people watching most of the time, which is more than normal. The growth is here. This is episode 12. So, yeah, we'll keep growing. Next week is Series 1. So I may not be live at exactly noon. It might be 10 in the morning. It might be 7 at night. I don't know, but it is on the list. I will do it next Wednesday, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.